What is up, everybody? Welcome back to BrickBucks, and if you're new here, this is where we talk about Lego investing and reselling. Lego grows in value over time, so we buy them and we hold them for some period of time as an investment before we sell them again when they're no longer available in retail stores. And today, talking about Speed Champions. So Lego Speed Champions, how have they done over time? So we're gonna rank the top performing Speed Champion sets when it comes to average annual return on investment. What is this theme like when it comes to investment prospects? Do the sets do well over time or do they not? How do they compare against each other, and what set is the number one performer when it comes to return on investment in the Speed Champions theme? So for this ranking, we're looking at prices on eBay. So currently selling Speed Champion sets, and what are they selling for? Now we are looking at sold prices, so this is not listed prices. This is if people have crazy prices on their currently available items, we don't account for that. We don't look at that. We look at sales. We look at actual prices that the sets have sold for recently, and that's what we use for our current value on the set. Then of course we compare that with what it sold for when it was available in retail stores to get our return on investment. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to figure how good the Speed Champion sets are for investors, for Lego investors. Now, a couple of other quick call outs about this ranking. I removed currently available Speed Champion sets, of course, because we are trying to figure out how they perform over time as an investment. So the ones that are still available in retail stores, we don't really know how they're going to perform yet. So we're excluding those. I'm also excluding the most recently retired Speed Champion sets because we did have a wave that retired in July of this year, but they're still readily available in a lot of different stores. Walmart right now has them discounted. So again, there's no real point in us analyzing the performance, the return on investment on sets that are still available in stores, because what we see on eBay will be low selling prices and it won't really tell us much. So we're not going to look at the most recently retired sets either. We're going to look a little further back to try and understand how the value of Speed Champion sets grows over time. Now, when I removed the currently available and the most recently retired sets, I had around 28 different Speed Champion sets going back as far as 2015 when the theme first began. And we're going to look at those 28, but we don't have enough time, of course, to go through 28 different sets. So I ranked them, and we're just going to look at the top 10. So everything that's not in this video did not make the top 10. We're going to look at the best ones here. And then at the end of the video, I will share the rest of the data on the screen so you can have a look at that. And with that, let's jump in now. Let's look at number 10. And in 10th position, and the worst performer on this list, but again, we had 28 sets overall, so it's still a very strong performer, is the McLaren P1, set number 75909, with 168 pieces and a retail price of $15. This had a price per piece of 9 cents. This was one of the earliest Speed Champion sets and the only 2015 set that made the top 10. It was released in March of 2015 and retired at the end of 2016 for a shelf life of around a year and 3/4. And that retail price of $15, of course, but right now on eBay, recent sales have been going for around $70. So if you bought it for $15 and sold it for $70 today, that will be a profit of $45 or a return on investment of 297%. Now, if we were going by return on investment alone, this set would be in the top 5. But it's been a little bit longer since the set retired than some of the others on this list. So if we average it out over time and we look at the annual average return on investment, then this one is just a little lower because it has been 5 years since retirement on this set. So the average annual return on investment on this would be 61%. Now, if you've seen my other ranking videos, you know that 61% in 10th position is still a very, very strong place for us to be starting this list, right? We go a lot higher from here. And let's move into the 9th position now. We have the Porsche 919 Hybrid, set number 75887, with 163 pieces. The same retail price of $15. This one also had a price per piece of 9 cents. This is a much more recent set, released in March of 2018, and it retired that same year at the end of March 2018 for a shelf life of less than a year. Right now on eBay, the set is selling for around $50, and with that retail price of $15, If you sold it today for $50, that will be a profit after fees of around $28 or a return on investment of 184%. But of course, it's been 3 years since retirement. So over the course of those 3 years, that will be an average annual return on investment of 64%. Moving into 8th position now, and number 8 on this list is the McLaren 720S, set number 75880. With 161 pieces and a retail price of $15, this set had a price per piece of around 9 cents. This set was released in June of 2017 and it retired at the end of 2018 for a shelf life of around a year and a half. This set is currently selling on eBay for around $50. So from that retail price of $15, of course, that would be a return on investment if you sold it today on eBay for $50 of 184%, which of course is not bad. But it's been almost 3 years since retirement on this one. So if you average that return out over the course of those 3 years, that will be an average annual return on investment of 64%. Coming into number 7 now, and 7th on this list is the first entry for Audi. This is the Audi R18 e-tron Quattro, set number 75872. With 166 pieces and a retail price of $15, this one also had a price per piece of around 9 cents. This one was from the 2016 wave, so it was released a year before the McLaren that we just looked at in March 2016, and it retired in December of 2017, so this one had a shelf life of a little more than a year and a half. This one is currently selling on eBay for around $65, which of course for a $15 set is not bad, and if you bought it at $15 and you sold it today for $65, that will be a return on investment of 249%. But of course, it's been almost 4 years since the retirement on this one. So if you average that out over the course of 4 years, that will be an average annual return of 69%. Moving into number 6 now in this list, and it's a first entry for Mercedes and the only one in this top 10. This is the Mercedes AMG GT3, set number 75877. Released in March of 2017 and retired in December of 2018, so again a little beyond a year and a half of shelf life on this one. 196 pieces and a $15 retail price, so the price per piece was a little lower on this one because of course it had around 30 pieces more than the previous two that we just looked at, so the price per piece was around 8 cents on this. And right now on eBay, recent sales have been around $53, so if you bought this set while it was available for $15 and sold it today for $53, you would have a return on investment after you've paid your fees of around 201%. But of course, it's been around 3 years since this set retired. So over the course of 3 years, that will be an average annual return on investment of 70%. And real quick, before we jump into that top 5, I do want to say a quick thank you to the sponsor of this video, FlexiSpot. FlexiSpot reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to try out the Kana Pro bamboo standing desk, and I gotta say, this couldn't have come at a better time because I've recently started thinking how I'm gonna redesign and reshape my basement space. I've wanted to build out a space that I can actually build and display sets. Now, a problem that I've always had while building Lego is being hunched over a table. So for a while now, I've felt like an adjustable height desk would be the solution to that. Now, I've owned other adjustable height desks in the past, but honestly, I've never owned anything where the quality even comes close to the Kana Pro bamboo standing desk. The bamboo desktop just looks so good. It's elegant, it's durable, and I picked up the extra large 72 by 30 inch desktop. So I have extra room to build comfortably while also having instructions, laptop. Moving between the heights is super seamless and extremely fluid. There are buttons to raise the desk and lower the desk very, very quickly, but you can also program in a setting that you like, so you can set yourself up at the exact height levels that are comfortable for you. I chose to go with the white frame. The oval desk legs and soft edges are just such good quality. Now, I'm only ever going to work with a sponsor on this channel if I do genuinely feel like it would benefit you as Lego fans, Lego sellers. And if you part out a lot of Lego sets, or if you build a lot of Lego sets, I genuinely do believe that an adjustable height desk is a fantastic investment for you to consider. Check out the description below for a coupon of $30 off of your purchase. Alright, jumping back now into our list and leading the charge into the top 5 is another entry for Audi. This is the Audi R8 LMS Ultra, set number 75873, with 175 pieces and a retail price of $15 again. This is another 9 cents price per piece. So this one was from the 2016 wave, released in March of 2016 and retired in December of 2017 for a shelf life of more than a year and a half, around a year and 3/4. And the current price on this one on eBay right now is the highest we've seen so far at $70 in recent sales. So if you bought this set at retail for $15, sold it today for $70, that will be a return on investment of 297% after you've paid your selling fees. But of course, it's been 4 years since this one retired. So if you average that out over the course of those 4 years, that's an average annual return on investment of 75% on this Audi. Moving into the 4th position now, and this is the first set on this list that's a little bit higher priced at $30. This is the 2016 Ford GT and the 1966 Ford GT40, both in one set here. This is set number 75881 with 366 pieces. Retail price of $30 makes that a price per piece of around 8 cents. This one was from the March 2017 wave, so released in March 2017 and retired at the end of 2019. Again, a shelf life of around a year and 3/4. So what is this currently selling for on eBay? It retailed at double the amount of the other sets. Right now on eBay, it is selling for $120 from that $30 retail price, of course. And if you bought it for $30 and sold it for $120 today, you would profit around $72 after you've paid your fees, which is a return on investment of 240%. But of course, it's been 3 years since retirement on this, so if you average that return on investment out over 3 years, that's an average annual return on investment of 83%. Into the top 3 now, and in 3rd place here, we have the Ford Mustang GT, set number 75871. And we're back to the regular $15 single car sets now, and this one had 185 pieces, and of course that retail price of $15, which gave it a price per piece of 8 cents, so slightly on the lower end. This was a 2016 wave set, so released in March of 2016, retired at the end of 2017 for a shelf life of around a year and 3/4. And current price on eBay for this one right now is going for around $85. $85 for a $15 Lego set. So if you sold it for $85 today and you had bought it at retail for $15, that would be a profit of $57 after you've paid your selling fees, or a return on investment of 382%. Now, of course, it has been 4 years since retirement of this set, so averaging that out over the course of 4 years would give us an annual average return on investment of 98%, almost 100% every year. You are doubling your money every single year. Moving into 2nd position now, and in 2nd place on this list, we have the Chevrolet Corvette Z06, set number 75870, another $15 regular priced Speed Champion set. This one had 173 pieces and a price per piece of 9 cents. And this was another 2016 wave set, so this released at the same time as the Mustang we just looked at in March of 2016 and retired at the same time at the end of 2017 for a shelf life of a year and 3/4. And on eBay right now, this one is selling for $10 more than the Mustang we just looked at. This is selling for $95 in recent sales on eBay. $15 retail price, of course, so if you sold it for $95 today, that would be a profit after fees of $66, or a return on investment of 439%. Now, of course, it has been 4 years since retirement, so if we average out that 439% return on investment over 4 years, we get an annual average return of 111%. And here we are, folks, in the 1st position and looking at the best performing Lego Speed Champion set ever since the theme began when it comes to average annual return on investment. In 1st place is the Bugatti Chiron, set number 75878 with 181 pieces, a retail price of $15 and a price per piece of around 8 cents. And as we know, of course, this is a popular car with Lego fans. It has been built into a 1/8 scale Lego Technics set. It also had a shorter shelf life than a lot of the sets on this list. This one was released in March of 2017, but it retired in June of 2018, so it was only really around for a year and a quarter, so it had a good 6 months less on the shelf than some of these other sets that we're looking at here. Retail for $15, but right now on eBay, this set is selling in brand new and sealed condition for $130 by looking at recent sales. Now, if you bought it for $15 and sold it today for $130, that would be your profit of $96 after you've paid your fees, which would be a return on your $15 investment of 637%. Now imagine if you bought 100 of those. Now it has been retired for around 3.5 years, so if we average out that return over the course of 3.5 years, it has an annual average return of 188%. So what do you think? What do you think about this top 10? Were there any surprises there? Were there any Speed Champion sets that you're surprised did not make the top 10? And on that note, I did say that I would share some of the other data with you of sets that didn't make the top 10. So right now on your screen, you can see some of those other sets and how they performed over time. Does this surprise you? What did you expect to see? What did you not expect to see? And what do you think about the Speed Champions theme overall after having seen this data? Let me know in the comments below. I do want to check out your thoughts on everything here. Now, if you found this video useful, please do hit that like button. It really does help out the channel. And don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. I much appreciate that. And with that, I am Shane from brickbucks.net. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.